This is Frankie Stossel, a child of God. Was he born to be bad? What you are about to witness is based on fact. The actual names and dates have been changed. However, the locale is factual.
Someone's coming. Did you, bury this stuff?
Yeah. But this time I, picked another bush.
Okay, you better get over to one of the other lanes. I'll, call you tomorrow.
Do you want me to fix you some bacon and eggs?
No, I'm not hungry.
You feel all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just not hungry.
Did you finally lose some money at the bowling alley last night?
No, I didn't lose any money. So you don't have to keep harping about me finding a job.
Ethel, he hasn't left the house in 3 days. Right now he's out in the backyard listening to that awful rock and roll, reading a scandal magazine. Oh, if I mention one word about work, he just jumps all over me. Well, honestly, Ethel, I must be really stupid. I listen to everyone talking about world affairs. Here, I don't know what to do about my own son. Maybe I have been too easy on him, I don't know. There's one thing I do know, Ethel. Frankie is a good boy. Sooner or later, he'll find something to do.
Hey, tell Vinnie I want to see him at back. Yeah.
Frankie wants to see you. He's out in the back.
Thanks, man.
Well, where have you been hiding?
Any fuzz been around?
Why should they come around?
Anyway, don't be in too much of a hurry to peddle the stuff.
Who's in a hurry? We've got enough cash to tide us over. Come on, let's go to the game.
I've got something else to do.
Not again.
Yeah. I think I'm finally going to get her to go out with me.
Well, ring a ding-dang.
Vince, my boy, baseball is a pastime for little boys. Have fun, Sonny.
I'm sorry, Frankie, but I can't stand and talk. The boss is watching from the kitchen.
All right. Order me a cup of black coffee and answer me yes or no. Will you meet me later?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious. Meet me in front of the drugstore about 10:15.
Honey, you've got a date.
All right, young lady. I think you better put your slacks on.
But Mrs. Stossel, you don't seem to understand. Despite the fact the girl did not resist his advances, she is still under 16 years of age. And according to Michigan law, any man who engages in an affair with a girl under 16 is charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Contributing to the delinquency of a minor? Well, then why have you charged him with rape?
Well, it's not really rape in its strongest sense. In this case, it's a technical term known as statutory rape. It means that even with the girl's consent, the adult is still responsible.
Yes, but Frankie wasn't aware of the girl's true age.
That is a point that is often raised by a bartender who is charged with serving intoxicating beverages to a minor. And usually, no matter what he says, he's guilty.
But Frankie has never bothered anyone.
That is a point that could be in his favor. However, our preliminary reports reveal that Frankie doesn't work. He hangs around with a bunch of hoodlums.
Oh.
He's had his driver's license suspended for a year for reckless driving.
Oh, but Mr. Taylor, those boys aren't really hoodlums just because they hang out together. And about his license being suspended, you know how kids are with cars. And besides, Frankie's never had a ticket since he got his license back.
Why doesn't your son work, Mrs. Stossel? It doesn't seem right, a healthy young man of 21 not working.
Well, I can answer that, Mr. Taylor. I'm a good provider, and what I have is also my son's. When Frankie really finds what he wants to do, then he'll go to work.
Well, I can't argue with you. You're the boy's father. However, a crime has been committed. The parents have lodged a complaint, and I must proceed accordingly and bring Frankie to trial.
But Mr. Taylor, you know in your own mind, Frankie is not guilty of any crime.
Mrs. Stossel, I know how you feel. But you must stop and ask yourself, how does the girl's mother feel?
What can she possibly gain if my son goes to jail?
Mrs. Stossel, I'm sorry, but as prosecuting attorney of this county, I have a duty to enforce the law. I must bring Frankie to trial. The rest is up to the court.
Naturally, it's a bum beat. But those guys in the DA's office had to put on a show for the girl's old lady.
Yeah? Well, I know some guy in Flint that after the DA put a show on for him, he got 10 years.
Who'd he kill? A cop?
A cop, nothing. He's up for the same thing Frank is up for. Only this guy knew the dame was only 14 years old.
Well, I got a pretty good idea Frankie's gonna beat this rap.
Hello? Oh, Ethel, thank goodness it's you. Oh, it's just that I've been so nervous lately that every time the phone rings, it startles me. Oh, no, don't be silly. I'm glad you called. Goodness knows I need someone to talk to. Yes, he likes his job. Oh, but Ethel, I just can't stop worrying. Yes, I know. Everyone has troubles. Oh, but Ethel, this has hit us like an atomic bomb. All right, Ethel. Thank you for calling. We'll get together very soon. It's just that I've been so ashamed to see anyone these days. You're very kind, Ethel. Yes, I'll let you know for sure. Goodbye, dear.
How come you're always the last one out?
I had to clean all of that garbage up. I don't know if it's worse working with those stiffs all day or being in the can.
Why don't you fake it, man? Make off like you're sick. All of a sudden you're like getting headaches.
Forget it. Come on, I got a better idea.
Hello, Mrs. Carson. I'd like to give you a piece of friendly advice. If you don't drop the charges against Frankie, your daughter's gonna wind up in the Detroit River. Never mind who this is. Frankie has a lot of friends. How'd you act? How would any mother act?
Though the threatening call did cause Mrs. Carson to drop the charges, a crime had been committed against the people of the state of Michigan. Therefore, Frankie Stossel was given a prison term of not more than 5 years or less than 2.5 years, depending upon his behavior, with confinement designated to and in the world's largest penal institution, the Southern Michigan Prison in Jackson. Official address, 4000 Cooper Road. Unofficial name to its more than 6,000 inmates, Jacktown. Yes, Jacktown, where on April 20th, 1952, Crazy Jack Hyatt and Earl E. Ward, two of the most vicious criminals of our time, captured several guards and held them as hostages to begin one of the most infamous riots in prison history. Immediately, the then governor of Michigan, G. Menon Williams, called out state troopers. However, the rioting grew fiercer. Chapels were burned. Food was destroyed. And after 2 days of rioting, many of the inmates were without food. And so, like animals, convicts turned on convicts. And as the battle grew worse, it became a war within a war. As hundreds of newspaper and newsreel photographers from all over the nation focused their lenses on some of the most gruesome, horrifying scenes in our history. Scenes that, though recorded on film, cannot be shown to a public audience. Yes, for those who witnessed it, it was an experience they'll never forget. But then, finally, after 4 furious days of fighting, on the 24th of April, as a result of personal intervention by Governor Williams himself, an agreement was reached. The terms? A proper dinner, steak, and ice cream for dessert. Yes, this is Jacktown, where today the giant cell blocks are quiet, and where each man has his own cell and his own radio, with an earphone as a speaker. Perhaps this lifer really isn't going anywhere, but he does get out of his cell to eat and to work.
Hey, guard. I haven't got a toilet seat.
You haven't? Well, I'll order you one. Any special color?
Where do you think you're at, kid? The Waldorf? This is the can. How long'd you get?
Too long.
Yeah? What'd you do, knock off some guy in a heist or something?
No, I got nailed on a phony rape charge.
Great. Just don't let the other cons know what you're in for. Morals charges are against their religion. And let me tip you off. Forget the phony beef. Every guy in this joint is innocent. We're all here on phony raps.
Got a cigarette, kid? Light me. Thanks.
All right, Joker. Let's have my cigarettes.
What do you mean, your cigarette?
Look, fella, I don't want any sweat. All I want is my cigarettes.
Vinnie, what do you hear from Frankie?
Nothing. But don't worry about Frankie. Doing time ain't gonna bother him.
You gonna go up there to see him?
Yeah, I don't know yet. All his visitors have to be cleared.
Yeah, that sure stops you. Nobody'd ever clear you.
All right, creep. But you wait until Frankie gets out. You'll see how the two of us take over this town.
Hey, kid,
The name's Frankie. What do you want?
let me have a cigarette.
I don't have it.
Come back here, punk. Now get this straight, punk. When I ask you for cigarettes, You give them to me.
Yeah? Why?
Why? Because I'm protecting you from these other cons. They don't like rape artists.
I'm no rape artist, so get your hands off him.
All right, Lefty, hold it. What's up?
Over here, kid. Okay, why did he slap you?
I don't know.
Look, nobody gets slapped in here unless there's a reason. Any guy that starts a fight in here gets 30 days in a hole. Well, did you start it?
I didn't start anything.
Okay, Lefty, you know where the hole is.
What was the beef?
The hell you hot at me for?
What'd you cop out on what I was in here for?
Me cop out? Oh, you nuts. I was gonna tip you off not to crack about it.
Don't turn around. But the guy that's standing behind me is the guy that's behind all this. Your next door neighbor, Dutch. That's it, kid. They're after you.
What's going on here?
Nothing. Dutch almost had a little accident. He couldn't see where he was going.
All right, you guys. Go on with your work.
Food tastes pretty good today, but I think it needs a little seasoning. Open your mouth, punk. You'll never walk out of this can alive. Please.
It was a daring holdup. For as it was, unbeknown to Vince Vitale, police in Detroit, like in most major American cities, were so mobilized that after they had received a call, they could be at the scene of the crime within 58 seconds.
Look, kid, why don't you ask them to put you in the hospital for a while? If you keep on this way, you're gonna crack up.
It's okay, Mike. I'll be all right.
Whatever you say. Look, Dutch, knock it off. The kid's buddy got killed in a heist.
Yeah? What was the kid's name?
Vince, I don't know his last name.
Yeah? I guess the kid's had it.
Frankie! Frankie! It's me, Vince. Frankie! It's me, Vince. Don't you hear me, Frankie? It's me, Vince. We're together again. Can't you hear me, Frankie? It's me, Vince.
Vinnie! 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 Vinnie!
Easy, kid. Easy.
Vinnie! 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 Vinnie!
Frankie Stossel.
Sit down, Frankie. Now, as you know, this is a large prison. In fact, it's the largest in the world. Therefore, it's highly impractical for me to deal with each man individually. However, after briefing myself on your background, the fine home you come out of, plus the apparent circumstances which led to your confinement, I do feel that wherever possible, you should be kept away from other prisoners.
Well, sir, I found some of them to be pretty nice people, especially Mike Bianco, who's in the cell next to me.
Yes, I know Mike quite well. He has a wonderful nature. But unfortunately, he grew up in the wrong environment and was led to use that God-given nature to maneuver people out of their fortunes. So this is where he is. But now, getting back to you. You have any hobbies?
Oh, I fool with cars.
Enjoy that kind of work?
Not as a living.
Frankie, are you a religious boy?
Well, I don't attend church, if that's what you mean.
No, not necessarily. But do you believe in a God?
I only believe in what I can see.
Frankie, although I'm a religious man myself, I'm not one to force my convictions on anyone else. I've found that faith is something that one comes to feel by oneself. How would you like to work around my private garden?
I don't think you have to ask me that, Warden.
No, I suppose not. However, you'll still have to spend the nights in your cell. You having any trouble with anybody in your cell block?
No, it's just that last night I got a little buggy.
All right, Frankie. Although the law says that you must be confined here, The job you're assigned to is up to me. Personally, I don't feel that you belong here. And I hope that you don't prove me wrong.
Thank you, Warden. And don't worry, sir. I won't let you down.
Good, Frankie. Now get out there and give Mother Nature a hand in the garden.
Hi.
Hello.
I wonder how long these flowers would last if they were transplanted.
I really couldn't answer that, miss. I've only been working out here a couple of days.
Oh, I see. Well, do you mind if I pull out a few?
Are you related to the warden, miss?
Yes. I'm his daughter.
That's what I figured.
Why? Is anything wrong with that?
No.
Most people seem to like my father.
He's nice to me, but I only met him the other day.
Well, then why are you so displeased with my presence?
You don't displease me, miss.
You think I'm looking at you as if you were a freak in a circus, don't you?
If it's all right with the warden, miss, I'll pull those flowers out for you.
I'm sorry. But I never cast a stone at anyone. Hi, Dad.
Oh, honey.
It looks like you have a trusted trustee working for you out in the garden.
What do you mean, Frankie? What did he do? Stop you from walking on the grass?
I don't know what his name is, but he wouldn't let me have any flowers without your permission.
I'm glad to hear that. I don't like to have that garden torn up.
I know, but I could use some of those flowers in my apartment.
Not those flowers. They look nice in a garden. My garden. You going shopping in Jackson today, Margaret?
No, I think I'll wait till I get down to Detroit. Oh, this boy, Frankie, the one who works out in the garden,
Yes?
why is he here?
Well, that's a good question. Let's say extenuating circumstances. He was with a 15-year-old girl whose age he wasn't aware of.
How long did he get?
Well, with good behavior, he should be out of here in about 18 months.
You need any help?
I knew someone was behind me, but I never figured it was a helper.
And a pretty good one, too, Frankie.
Okay. So now that you know all about me, may I continue with my work?
I'm sorry if I upset you yesterday, but I really did want some of those flowers for my apartment.
I'm sorry, too, but...
Oh, that's all right. You don't have to apologize.
Okay. Come on. I'll get those flowers for you.
Oh, no, you better not. The warden will have a fit.
You mean he wouldn't let you have any?
Not a single flower from his precious garden. What a difference when you smile.
You think so?
Come on. Maybe we can find some wildflowers for my apartment. I think that'll do it, Frankie.
Well, if you want any more, just say the word. I've got plenty of time.
Good, Frankie. Joke about it. And you'll see. Time will fly.
You think so?
Try it. You'll see.
I got the Jacktown, Jacktown blues, and nobody feels them like me. I got the Jacktown.
Okay, we got your message.
I told you, kid. You can't be around a woman all day long. Just forget about her at night. Nothing here.
It's okay, Mike. I'll be all right. Hi. Thought maybe you weren't coming down this weekend.
Would you have been disappointed if I hadn't?
I guess so, but if you didn't, I wouldn't blame you.
Frankie, I want you to understand something. I don't visit with you because I'm a social worker.
Feel like walking?
Mother died just about a year before I started at Michigan State. And the three of us have always been very close. In fact, the day doesn't go by that Daddy doesn't call me at East Lansing.
Well, I guess you can't help being close to a man like your dad. He's a great guy. How many more years of college do you have?
Oh, I don't go to school. I work at the college. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to live in my own apartment.
Well, I guess you won't be working there too long. Some guy's bound to get lucky and marry you off.
You think so? Well, time will tell. So far, I'm not dating anyone that I really care for.
You mean, so far you've never met anybody that really appeals to you?
No. I didn't say that. But, well, sometimes circumstances just don't allow people to actually date each other.
Frankie, I've got some good news for you. I'm going to let you pass the gates. But you'll still have to spend the nights in your cell.
I don't understand.
Simple enough. I'm going to make you an outside driver for the guards.
Gee, that's great, Warden. Between that and working in the garden, I think I'll have it made.
Well, driving's a full-time job. You just won't have time for both.
Warden, I appreciate the opportunity, but I think I'd like to remain in the garden.
I'm sorry, Frankie, but I need a man I can trust on the outside.
May I work in the garden on the weekends?
I'm doing what's best for you, Frankie.
Sure. He'll do the best for you. But don't think at the same time he isn't looking out after himself. You're a nice kid, Frankie. But not nice enough in the warden's mind even to say hello to his daughter, let alone being in the same backyard with her. Yeah. It's easy for people to talk. But when it comes to parting with something of their own, the only thing they'll give you is ice in the winter. At least you get a chance to get on the outside.
What good is it if you have to come back to this hellhole?
It wouldn't be so bad if you didn't have that dame on your mind, but you wouldn't listen.
Just got the word that Lefty's getting out of the hole tomorrow.
The following day, Frankie Stossel, ridden with anxiety by Lefty's return from solitaire, was on a driving mission, accompanying a guard and a hardened criminal in need of medical treatment to downtown Jackson.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special news bulletin. A 4-year-old boy has been kidnapped in Jackson. State police report that the kidnapper, or kidnappers, may be driving a 1956 brown and white Ford sedan. The car, which bears Michigan plates, license number BC 8395, was...
Can I use your phone?
One over there.
Can you loan me a dime?
I don't have one to spare.
Operator, notify the state police that the car they're looking for is parked on the road on Highway 16, near Summers gas station. And hurry. Someone said there's a child in it. Yes, 16, near Summers Station.
Frankie.
Can I come in?
Why, yes. Won't you sit down? Can I fix you something?
Yeah, anything you have.
Here, drink this. I'll fix you a sandwich.
This is fine for now.
Well, it'll only take me a minute.
Don't worry. I'm all right. Have you talked to your dad, or did you hear about it on the news?
You mean about the guard killing the convict this afternoon?
He died?
Yes.
Well, at least he won't have to go back there. What did they say about me?
Nothing. They didn't mention you.
You kidding? They didn't mention that I got away during the fight?
No. Not a word. You must be out of your mind.
Why? Because I don't want to live in a can? Does that make me nuts?
That's it exactly. This spoils your good behavior record. You're extending your own term.
Yeah? Well, they're gonna have to find me first.
Where will you go? How will you live?
For the present, nowhere. Staying right here.
Here? With me? In this apartment?
You know of a better place?
You're making a big mistake. Wait, you'll only have a little bit longer, and then you'll be out for good.
Who are you trying to con to go back there? That's all you people know is how to give advice. But when it hits home, the first thing you do is run.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Your father, the warden who believes in giving everybody a chance. That is, as long as they stay away from his daughter.
Is that why he transferred you?
Do you have to ask me that? Or did he tell you that I asked to get out of the garden?
No. Just said he was giving you a less monotonous job.
And you believe that was the reason?
Well, naturally. He's my father.
Any other time, I'd say hold a report. But after what happened today, the commissioner will tear you apart.
Well, that's the chance I've got to take. I owe it to the kid.
You don't owe him anything. If he's stupid enough to run, then he belongs here for his max.
It's 8 o'clock. If we don't hear from him by 10:30, break it. So they can release it as a bulletin on all Michigan stations carrying the 11 o'clock news.
Good.
You know, if you're really sincere how you feel about me, you won't mind having me around for a while.
You may not believe this, but I don't know what it is to be with a man.
Why shouldn't I believe you? You're the warden's daughter.
You must really hate my father.
No, you're wrong. It's just that I haven't any respect for him.
I'm getting sort of sleepy. Aren't you?
That's probably my dad. He hasn't called today. Don't worry, I won't say anything. Hello? Oh, no, Dad. I've been putting my hair up. Yes, I heard all about it on the radio. It was a terrible thing. Well, will it affect you for allowing him to get medical attention outside the walls?
I had no alternative. He needed a specialist. Well, there's something else they didn't mention. Frankie was with him and ran away during the struggle. Yes, I know it was a foolish thing for him to do. There's something I have to tell you. I purposely moved Frankie out of the garden after I saw the two of you spending time in the forestry. I know he sensed what I was doing.
I'm glad you told me this.
Are you angry?
No, Daddy, I'm not angry. I hope for his sake he returns.
Well, that's what I'm counting on, so I won't have to report his escape. Now, don't concern yourself about it. He's still a convict.
Yes, you're right, Daddy. Good night. You were right. He did move you out of the garden because of me. He saw us together in the forestry. My father feels responsible for you running away. I'm the one that's really guilty. I came after you. I told you the truth before. I've never been with a man. But if you promise to let me drive you back in the morning, you can stay here all night.
Yes?
It's a quarter after 10. Want me to break it?
Well, wait another 10 minutes and release it.
Right.
Do you realize what you're saying? I'd be spending the night with you in the same room.
What's bothering you now? You're getting your own way.
Yeah? You're right. But something's bugging me. It has been for a long time. It's like something your father said to me the first time I met him. It's something in the air that we feel. You think I'm doing time for a bum beef? No. I'm doing time for stealing, robbing, sacking guys. Yeah. Clubbing them with a sand sack and taking their money. And I used to laugh at working stiffs. If a guy could make $15 a week for the rest of his life, he'd be better off than spending one day in the can. Would you do me a favor? That is, if you're not too tired?
What is it?
Would you drive me back to Jacktown tonight?
Will you do me one favor? Will you talk to my father and tell him you're coming in? He's had a rather trying day.
Hello, Warden. This is Frankie Stossel.
Frankie, where are you? Hold on, Frankie. Jennings. Jennings, you there? Kill that release. He's on the phone. Frankie, where are you, son?
I'm about 50 miles away, and I'm with a friend who's persuaded me to return. As a matter of fact, my friend's going to drive me back tonight.
Well, God bless your friend.
Okay, Warden. I'll pass that along to my friend. And don't forget to leave a light on. I'd hate to have my friend drive me all that way and then find myself locked out. Okay, Warden. We're on our way.
Well, this is one release that'll never get beyond these walls.
Well, shall we go?
I'll throw on a coat.
Here. It might be cool driving with the top down.
And so, Frankie Stossel did return to Jacktown. And later, upon his release, to a new and better way of life. But there are other Frankie Stossels and Vince Vitalis. Yes, they're out there right now. But sooner or later, unless they get on the right road, they too will enter a Jacktown.